Have you ever stopped to think that some habits that come with age might be pushing people away without you even realizing it? We reach a stage in life where certain things become routine. Some are harmless, but others could be quietly undermining your respect, your relationships, and even your dignity. And here's the scary part. No one's going to tell you. Not your kids, not your grandkids, not even your closest friends. They'll just start to pull away, avoid conversations, feel uncomfortable around you. And worse, you might spend years not understanding why. But don't worry, there's a solution. In this video, we'll reveal the 12 habits older adults often don't notice, but everyone around them does. This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. Small changes that can bring back the lightness, respect, and connection you truly deserve, because aging doesn't mean becoming invisible or being pushed aside. You still have a voice, a presence, and so much to offer. You just need to tweak a few things that, without meaning to, might be holding you back. Stay with us until the end, because habit number 1 will already surprise you. And what comes next might completely change how people see you. Ready? Habit number 1, neglecting personal hygiene. It might sound silly, but the way you care for your body speaks louder than words. Wrinkled clothes, messy hair, untrimmed nails, or that lingering smell after you leave a room. All of it sends a silent message, and it's not a good one. The worst part, most of the time we don't even notice. We think everything's fine, that we're too old to care. But the people around you notice, and they won't say a word. They'll just slowly step back. They sit farther away, avoid hugs, cut visits short. And it's not about vanity, it's about self-respect. When you stop caring for yourself, people unconsciously assume you've stopped caring about yourself and about them. And without meaning to, they start treating you with less care. The good news? You can turn it around with small gestures, a clean shirt, a refreshing shower, a light fragrance. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just enough to say, I still value myself. And when you do that, people respond. They come closer, look you in the eyes, and treat you with the kindness you deserve. And if you think this is no big deal, wait until you hear habit number 2. Because there's a common habit that seems harmless, but it's quietly wrecking relationships. Habit number 2, speaking without a filter. Have you ever made a comment and felt the room go cold? As we age, that inner filter we once had seems to loosen, and that comment you thought was just honest may have cut like a knife. People smile out of politeness, but inside they're shutting down. The problem is, we often justify it. I'm old. I can say whatever I want. But is that really the legacy you want to leave? Jokes that sound more like criticism, blunt remarks about someone's body, harsh opinions about how others live. All of it builds invisible walls, and guess what? No one's going to call you out. Your grandkids won't argue, your kids will change the subject, but deep down, they'll start avoiding certain topics around you, or worse, avoiding you. Because no one likes to feel judged all the time. The solution isn't to become someone else. It's just asking yourself before speaking, will this help or will it hurt? You have decades of experience. Imagine the power if you combined that wisdom with just a little tact. People wouldn't just listen to you. They'd admire you. But if you think speaking without a filter is dangerous, just wait until you see habit number 3. Because there's a visible sign that's sending the wrong message to everyone around you, and you probably haven't even noticed. Habit number 3, wearing clothes that no longer fit. That coat you've been wearing for 15 years, or the pants that don't quite button up anymore might seem harmless, right? Wrong. Your clothes are the first thing people notice, and they're silently screaming, I've stopped caring. This isn't about fashion. It's about self-respect. You might think clothes are just fabric, but people's subconscious minds react. Clothes that are too baggy, faded, or outdated make you look disconnected from the present. And without realizing it, that changes how people treat you, from store clerks to your own family. You don't have to become a fashion icon. Small changes work wonders. A stain-free shirt, clean shoes, colors that complement your current skin tone. Show that you still see yourself as someone who deserves care, and the world will reflect that back to you. And it's not about spending money. It's about paying attention. When you present yourself with dignity, people naturally take you more seriously. Even your grandkids will notice the difference and feel proud to be around you. But if dressing poorly is a visible problem, habit number 4 is even worse, because it's not in your closet, it's in your mouth, and it's quietly ruining your conversations. Habit number 4, dominating every conversation. How many times have you started telling a story and suddenly realized you've been talking for 10 minutes without letting anyone else get a word in? As we age, the urge to share our experiences grows strong, but without leaving space for others, it becomes a monologue. And monologues push people away. The signs are subtle. Wandering eyes, people checking their phones while you speak, conversations that end quickly. They won't interrupt you, but in their minds, they're already planning an escape. No one wants to feel like an audience member in someone else's life. The secret? Ask questions, leave room. Remember, a good conversation is like volleyball. The joy is in the back and forth. When you show genuine interest, people become eager to hear your advice afterward. That's when your wisdom truly shines. Try this in your next conversation. Talk half as much, listen twice as much. You'll be surprised at how people start seeking you out, not out of obligation, but because they enjoy it. Everyone loves someone who makes them feel important. But if dominating conversations is dangerous, habit number 5 is a social time bomb, because it makes young people avoid you like the plague. And you might not even know why. Habit number 5, criticizing. Young people these days, in my day, things were different. How many times have those words come out of your mouth? Every older person has the right to compare generations, but when it turns into constant criticism of young people, the results are devastating. Grandkids, stop sharing their lives. Children avoid current topics, and you end up isolated in the past. The worst part is, you might not even notice the damage. You think you're just teaching a lesson, but young people hear, "You're not good enough." And then comes the distance. They stop telling you about their jobs, relationships, dreams. Why would they, if all they expect in return is judgment? You hold a treasure that no young person has, life experience, but instead of using it to connect, you're using it to create separation. Try swapping "back in my day" with "tell me what it's like for you." You'll be amazed at what you learn and the respect you gain. The world changes, and that's not wrong, it's natural. When you show curiosity about what's new instead of rejecting it, you magically become the person everyone wants to be around. Your advice starts to be requested, not ignored. But if criticizing young people is risky, habit number 6 is a social earthquake, because it happens in public, with strangers watching, and it could be destroying your reputation without you even realizing it. Habit number 6, ignoring modern etiquette. Talking loudly on the phone on the bus, cutting in line with the excuse of priority, playing loud music without headphones, small actions that may seem harmless to you, but they're causing strangers to harshly judge you. Even worse, they're teaching your grandkids to feel embarrassed by you. Etiquette has changed, and what was normal 30 years ago is now considered rude. People won't complain to your face. They'll just roll their eyes, film you, or whisper to each other. And in today's world of social media, one wrong move can become a joke seen by thousands. You deserve respect, but it starts with your behavior in public. Watch how people around you act. Tone of voice, personal space, use of technology. Adjusting. These small things isn't giving in. It's showing that you're still in tune with the world. When you behave with awareness in shared spaces, something magical happens. People treat you more kindly, offer genuine help, and smile with respect. All because you showed them respect too. But if public etiquette is important, habit number 7 is 10 times worse, because it turns your closest relationships into medical consultations and you don't even notice the damage it's causing. Habit number 7, only talking about health problems. Back pain, high blood pressure, medications, checkups. When those are the only topics in your conversations, even the most loving family members start to avoid you, not because they don't care, but because no one can handle being around constant talk about illness. You may think you're just sharing your reality, but to others, it feels like a bottomless pit of negativity. Grandkids stop visiting because they associate you with heavy topics. Friends quickly change the subject, and without meaning to, you become that person who only talks about doctors. That doesn't mean you should hide your struggles. The key is balance. Talk about your health, but also ask about others' lives. Mention your treatment, but also talk about the book you're reading or the bird you saw outside your window. When you bring variety to the conversation, people become more open to hearing about your real needs, and the support you receive becomes genuine, not forced. Your relationships feel lighter and happier, just the way they should be. But if talking only about health is socially isolating, wait until you hear habit number 8, because it's the most dangerous of all, and it's making people see you as a barrier instead of a source of wisdom. Habit number 8. Clinging to outdated beliefs. Back in my day, this is how it worked, period. How many times have you said that? The world has changed, but many older adults insist on living with the mindset of 50 years ago. The result? Your children roll their eyes, your grandkids think you're out of touch, and you slowly become obsolete in conversations. What's worse is when this stubbornness becomes a refusal to learn anything new. Smartphones? Don't care. Online banking? Only at the teller. Current events? Things were better in my day. While you shut down, the world speeds by and takes your relationships with it. You don't need to embrace every change, but resisting everything just shows fear, not wisdom. When you try to understand what's new, even if you don't adopt it, you earn the respect of younger generations. They start to see you as an ally, not an obstacle. Just imagine your grandson teaching you how to use WhatsApp. At first it might feel humiliating, but that moment of exchange builds connection. And deep down, they love it when you show interest in their world. But if clinging to the past is bad, habit number 9 is catastrophic, because it literally makes people walk the other way when they see you coming. Habit number 9, not noticing the space around you. Walking slowly is normal, but walking without any awareness of your surroundings is an invitation to isolation. When you stop in the middle of the grocery store aisle, block pathways, or don't. Notice lines, people won't say anything. They'll just sigh and avoid you next time. Worse are those who use age as an excuse. I'm old, I can do that. But no one is obligated to put up with rudeness. The young person you pushed on the bus might be just as tired as you are. They just don't have a senior card to play. The solution? Simple spatial awareness. Look behind you before stopping. Make way, say, "Excuse me." These small gestures show others that you respect them, and that respect comes back to you multiplied. When you move with consideration, people naturally do the same for you. They hold doors open, offer genuine help, smile in the elevator, all because you showed that you actually see them too. But if taking up space the wrong way is annoying, habit number 10 is nuclear, because it makes people laugh behind your back, labeling you as that clueless old guy. Habit number 10, telling jokes that aren't funny anymore. That joke about women in the kitchen or gay people in the closet? 40 years ago, it might have gotten laughs. Today, it just creates awkward silence. The worst part is when you insist, "Come on, it's just a joke," without realizing that the silence is disapproval, not amusement. Times have changed, and what used to be harmless humor is now offensive. Your grandkids won't correct you. They'll just share it in the family group chat, laughing. at your weirdness, and each tone-deaf joke drives them further away. That doesn't mean you have to become a boring robot. The wise humor that comes with age can be light-hearted without being offensive. Laugh at yourself, at life situations, not at others. That's the kind of humor that brings generations together. When you update your humor for the times, you magically become the grandparent everyone wants to be around. Your stories get an audience, your jokes get real laughs, because now they include everyone instead of excluding. But if outdated jokes are dangerous, wait until you see habit number 11, because it's turning your family members into your personal servants, and the cost of that mistake will hit when you need them most. Habit number 11, pretending to be helpless when you're not. Oh son, come fix this for me, even though you know exactly how to do it. This habit might seem harmless, but it slowly turns your relationships into pure obligation. Your family starts seeing you as a burden, not as the respectable patriarch or matriarch you really are. The danger lies in convenience. Is it easier to ask than to do it yourself? Of course. But every time you exaggerate your helplessness, you're undermining your own dignity. Your grandkids grow up seeing you as someone who always needs help, not as a source of wisdom and independence. Try this. Make an effort first, ask for help after. When you show that you're trying, even if you don't succeed, people help you with admiration, not pity. And when you truly need support, it'll come from a place of love, not tired obligation. Maintaining your autonomy, even in the small things, is what makes your family see you as an example, not a burden. And deep down, you'll feel stronger and more capable when you don't completely give in to dependence. But if pretending to be helpless is risky, habit number 12 is devastating, because it's making your opinions matter less and less, even when you're absolutely right. Habit number 12, acting like you're always right. Don't argue with me, I know better. How many relationships has that ruined? When you turn every conversation into an ego battle, people stop sharing their lives. Why would they open up if they know it will turn into a monologue about how you always know best? The irony is painful. The more you insist you're right, the less your knowledge is valued. Your children agree out of exhaustion, not conviction. Your grandchildren learn to lie just to avoid arguments. And without realizing it, you become isolated. In your own certainty, true wisdom that comes with age is about listening first, then speaking. When you show genuine curiosity in other people's opinions, your own words magically gain weight. People start to ask for your advice, not run from it. You have decades of experience. That's valuable. But experience without humility becomes arrogance. The moment you switch from I know to what do you think, and you turn conflict into connection. But if always needing to be right is damaging, wait until you see habit number 13, the most silent and destructive one of all, slowly draining your relationships without leaving any visible trace. Habit number 13, giving up on dreaming and learning. My life is already set. That mindset is the grave of vitality. When you stop being curious about new things, stop making plans, or let go of your hobbies, you become a spectator in your own life. And even those who love you start to see you as part of the furniture, not as an inspiring presence. The worst part is how slowly it happens. One day you cancel that trip, the next you stop reading, and then you give up on that course you always wanted to take. Before you know it, you only talk about the past, never the future. Your grandchildren lose interest because you no longer have anything new to share. Reinventing yourself has no age limit. Learning an instrument, starting a garden, writing your memoirs, these kinds of passions are what keep the spark in your eyes. And that spark, it's a magnet for meaningful connection. When you show even a little excitement for life, you become irresistible. People want to be around you, to soak in your energy. You go from the grandparent who always complains to the grandparent who started painting at 70. And if you thought these 13 habits were eye-opening, wait until our next video, we're going to reveal 5 secret behaviors that make seniors loved by every generation, simple techniques that will completely transform the way your family interacts with you. Don't miss it, and if you made it this far, which habit surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Your opinion matters to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content that honors the golden years with truth and respect. So, which of these habits caught you off guard? Don't worry if you saw yourself in more than one. Just recognizing it is already the first step toward change. Remember, aging isn't about perfection. It's about constant evolution. Every small shift you make today will multiply into respect, connection, and quality of life tomorrow. But here's the secret. No one tells you. You've already taken the most important step. You watched until the end. You showed an interest in improving, and that alone proves you're the kind of person who ages with greatness. Most people don't even do that. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below. I need to work on habit number. Your honesty might inspire someone else. Leave a like if you learned something valuable today. YouTube will show this video to more seniors who need to see it. And click the red button to subscribe, because next week we're dropping exclusive content about the 5 superpowers only wise seniors have. Don't let this knowledge go to waste. Share it with a friend or family member who could use these tips. Sometimes the ones who need it most are the least likely to notice. Remember, the best age isn't about how many years you've lived, but how many times you still choose to grow. I believe in you. Now go out there and show the world that aging can be your best chapter yet.